Every great ocean adventure begins not on the water, but right here, at the dock, before the sun has fully risen, where the air smells of salt and diesel and possibility. This is our vessel for today, a professional-grade billfish boat, purpose-built for one mission, finding and catching the greatest fish in the open ocean. She's been offshore hundreds of times. Her hull has seen 20-foot swells, lightning storms, and 500-pound marlin. Every scratch on this boat tells a story. The crew arrives before 5 a.m., no exceptions. In professional billfish fishing, preparation time is sacred. What happens in the next 2 hours determines what happens out there. On it, Cap. That moment, stepping from the dock onto the boat, there's a feeling every offshore angler knows. The land falls away, the ocean calls. Let's go find some fish. Today we go inside the vessel, inside the process, inside the minds of the crew who make this look effortless. Nothing about catching giant marlin is effortless. Captain James has been running offshore billfish charters for 22 years. His record, a 780-pound blue marlin, caught 60 miles offshore on a day that started just like this one. Welcome to the bridge, the brain of the operation. Every decision made today flows from this room. Where to go, how fast, when to set the lines, and when to follow the fish. Modern billfish boats run more technology than you might expect. Satellite weather, real-time sea surface temperature charts, sonar, radar, GPS. But in the end, experience reads the ocean better than any screen.
Engines on, lines off, the journey begins. Somewhere out in that blue water, a marlin is already moving, already hunting. We're coming for it.
The main cabin, where the crew rests, eats, and waits during the long run out to the fishing grounds. On some trips, that run can take 3 or 4 hours each way. The rod rack holds the arsenal. Heavy stand-up rods for big marlin, lighter outfits for sailfish, specialized deep drop gear for swordfish. Each rod purpose-built for a specific battle. Professional tackle organization is an art. Every lure has its place, every leader is pre-tied and stored by strength, every hook is sharp and rust-free. Disorganized tackle costs you fish. Marlin lures come in dozens of shapes and colors, each designed for specific sea conditions. Rough water, calm water, clear water, murky water. The right lure in the right conditions can make the difference between a bite and a blank day. Below decks, the engine room. 2 massive diesel engines that push this vessel at speeds up to 30 knots, maintained obsessively, because an engine failure 50 miles offshore is not a situation anyone wants to experience. Before every trip, the engines are checked. We'll see even nuts on the colors. This vessel has never missed a trip due to engine failure. That record is maintained through respect and routine. The fish hold, preloaded with 500 pounds of crushed ice before every trip. The moment a fish comes aboard, rapid chilling begins. Premium fish quality starts here. The live bait well, one of the most important features on a serious billfish boat. Live bait fish are irresistible to marlin. Keeping them alive and lively through hours of offshore running requires careful water management. The cockpit, where the battles happen. Every piece of equipment here has been chosen and positioned deliberately. The fighting chair, the rod holders, the release clips, winning the fight against a giant marlin. The fighting chair is the throne of big game fishing. Bolted directly to the keel, it transfers the fighting force of the angler through the boat itself. Without it, a truly large marlin simply cannot be caught. Outriggers, 25 feet of aluminum pole extending outward from each side of the vessel. They spread the trolling spread wide, keeping outer baits in clean water away from the engine disturbance. From above, the cockpit layout reveals its design logic. Every item within arm's reach of where you need it, every pathway clear for a crew member to move quickly during a fight. Fish finder to fleet, checking in. Any good signs out there?
Fleet to fish finder seats.
Copy that, fleet. We'll swing by and work back. The ocean is big. Information makes it smaller. Safety equipment is non-negotiable. Life jackets for every person aboard, flares, an EPIRB emergency locator beacon, fully stocked first aid kit. 60 miles offshore, the Coast Guard is a long way away. The vessel is running hard now. 25 knots, bow cutting through the swells, heading for the offshore grounds. The tour is over, the preparation begins. While the vessel runs, the crew rigs. Leaders get tied, lures get assembled, hooks get crimped. Everything is prepared so that the moment the boat slows down, lines go in immediately. Circle hooks have largely replaced J-hooks in modern billfish fishing. They hook fish more reliably in the corner of the mouth, causing less damage and making catch and release much more successful. This temperature break is today's target. Blue marlin prefer water between 78 and 88 degrees, warm enough to support the bait fish they feed on. Find the warm water edge, and you find the fish. The live bait is in excellent condition, frisky, healthy, full of energy. A lively bait fish sends vibrations through the water that a marlin can detect from hundreds of yards away. Dead bait cannot replicate that signal. Bridle rigging a live bait is a skill refined over years. The hook is attached to the bait through a small loop around the eye socket. The bait swims freely and naturally, with no restriction from the hook itself. In the water, the difference is dramatic. A bridle rig bait swims exactly like a free fish. When a marlin sees it, there is no visual clue that anything is wrong. It's the ultimate deception. Artificial lures are also prepped. Skirts checked for damage, heads polished, hooks sharpened. A dull hook on a marlin lure means a bite that doesn't convert. Every detail matters. The classic marlin lure, a weighted bullet or jet head with a flowing skirt. When trolled at speed, it creates a bubble trail and splash pattern that mimics the sound and sight of a fleeing baitfish. This vessel is a complete system, every component designed to work together. The captain reads the ocean, the crew rigs the tackle, the boat puts them in position. Then it becomes a question of whether the fish cooperate. The double line, a section of doubled monofilament at the end of the main line, gives extra strength and shock absorption for the final stages of the fight when the fish is at boat side. On big marlin, this detail saves fish. Engines back to trolling speed, 7 knots. The crew moves instantly. In professional marlin fishing, you want lines in the water as fast as possible. Every minute without bait swimming is a missed opportunity. The short rigger goes in first, the lure closest to the boat, running in the white water of the wake. Marlin often follow the prop wash right up to the transom before striking. This position catches fish. Outriggers up and locked. Now the spread extends wide. Baits will run far out to each side, covering more ocean and presenting the lures in clean, undisturbed water. The release clip, a critical piece of hardware. When a marlin strikes the outrigger bait, the line releases from the clip, creating a brief slack that gives the fish time to turn the bait head first before the hook sets. Timing built into the hardware. The spread from above, a perfect 5-bait formation. Short riggers, long riggers, and a shotgun bait far back. Together they cover a 40-yard wide feeding zone. Somewhere in this pattern is a meal a marlin cannot refuse. Below the surface, the spread looks and sounds like a school of fleeing baitfish. The noise, the bubbles, the flashing colors, it's a carefully engineered illusion that has fooled some of the largest fish in the ocean. Observation positions taken, every eye on the spread. In marlin fishing, you often see the fish before you feel it. A dark shape rising from below, a lit-up fish tracking a lure. You have to be watching. The tower, elevated above the bridge, gives a commanding view of the water behind the spread. From up here, you can see into the water on a calm day, spotting fish that the crew below would never see. And now, we wait. The lines are set, the baits are swimming, the crew is watching. This is the quiet before the storm. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 5 hours. The ocean decides. A weed line, floating sargassum stretching for miles across the surface. Baitfish hide in the weed. Mahi-mahi patrol the edges. And beneath the mahi, marlin. The captain trolls the edge carefully. A frigate bird works the area near the spread, diving repeatedly. Something is pushing bait to the surface nearby. The crew reads this sign immediately. Something is feeding down there. Get ready.
Fish! All right left! Big fish!
The boat reacts as one organism. Captain adjusts speed. Cockpit crew grabs rods. Someone clears the opposite lines. The response is immediate, coordinated, and completely without panic. The strike, a marlin bill strikes the lure first, stunning it, then turns and swallows. That brief moment between strike and swallow is when the hook must set. Everything about the tackle is designed for this fraction of a second. The clip releases, the line goes slack, the marlin turns the bait, the reel engages, the hook sets. 4 events in less than 2 seconds. When it works perfectly, it is a beautiful mechanical sequence. Jump. The marlin launches completely clear of the water. A 400-pound missile, airborne and furious. Every single person on the boat freezes for 1 heartbeat. Then chaos. The reel sounds like a jet engine, line peeling at 60 miles per hour. In 30 seconds, this fish has taken 300 yards of line. The drag is perfectly set, fighting but not breaking. The battle is on. The moment the fish transfers its full weight through the rod, there is no experience like it. It is alive, it is powerful, and it is angry. You feel all of that in your hands, your arms, your entire body. The aerial perspective tells the story. Fish running hard southeast, boat turning to follow, line cutting a line across the ocean's surface. A chess game played at 60 miles per hour. The captain is fully engaged now, repositioning the boat every few seconds, keeping the angler at the best angle, preventing the fish from getting directly behind or below. This is navigation as an art form. Second jump, closer. The color of a blue marlin full fight mode ordinary. Electric cobalt blue stripes lit up against silver flanks. Colors that exist in nature only in this moment, only when a marlin is this alive. Pump and wind. The fundamental technique of big game fishing. Lift the rod tip to gain line on the fish. Every pump recovers 2 to 3 feet. A mile of line takes a long time. The non-fighting crew is just as busy.
Clearing all lines from the water,
eliminating any of the hooks that could cost the fish or snap the fighting line. Communication between crew members is constant and precise. The fish finder shows the marlin directly behind the boat, 80 feet down, moving in tight circles. It's starting to tire. The circles mean the fish is swimming to maintain depth. It's working against gravity now. The angler is winning. Tail walking. The marlin stands on its tail and literally runs across the surface of the ocean. It is one of the most spectacular sights in all of fishing, and every time it happens, everyone on the boat stops breathing.
45 minutes in, the fish has settled into the deep, running straight down and circling. The real physical battle has begun. This is where preparation meets endurance.
The harness transfers the fighting load from your arms to your hips and lower back, the strongest muscles in your body. Without it, your arms would fail within 20 minutes fighting a big marlin. With it, you can fight for hours.
From this angle, the undens feet of water to the blue. One disish. Just feet of water between them.
Hydration in a long billfish fight is critical. The angler cannot let go of the rod. The crew brings water directly to them. In hot offshore conditions, heat exhaustion is a real threat during extended battles. Read the angle. Feel the pull. It's pulling hard. Should I gain? Not yet. Hold steady. Let it tire. Okay, holding. Now, gain line. Smooth turns. Gaining now. The line angle tells everything. Straight down means the fish is deep and strong. As the angle backs off toward horizontal, the fish is rising. Coming up, the balance is shifting. The circles grow smaller as the fish tires. When they tighten enough, the angler begins gaining line consistently. Line coming back now, steadily. The angler has recovered 100 yards in the last 15 minutes. The momentum has shifted, the fish is tired. But respect is still essential. A tired marlin at boat side is still dangerous. The crew prepares for the end game. Tag poles ready for a catch and release tag, the wiremen putting on their gloves, positions being taken. Every person knows exactly what happens next and what their role is. The billfish tag, a small dart that will be inserted into stay by a fish dorsal fin before release. Every tag fish data on my credits. The marlin surfaces, back-breaking the water 40 yards behind the boat. The size of it draws audible gasps from the crew. This is a legitimate 500-pound fish, the kind of marlin that careers are made from. The wireman is ready, crouched at the transom, gloves on, completely focused on the fish. The wireman's job requires split sentences and curves. When necessary, they feel it through their hands and arms. The wireman grabs 2 wraps of wire around gloved hands, and the raw power of the fish transfers immediately. Even at 90 minutes into the fight, this fish can still generate incredible force. Short surge, the wireman releases immediately and steps back. You never hold against a surging billfish on the wire. The consequences can be catastrophic. Release, reset, try again. Tag placed. This fish is now part of the global billfish tracking program. Wherever it goes, across whatever ocean, to whatever depth, if it's ever caught again, we'll know the story of its journey. Hook removal, quick and careful. Long-handled dehooking tools keep hands away from the bill and the body of a fish that still has the potential to cause serious injury. The hook slides free in seconds, and it's gone. From the surface to the deep in 3 seconds, that's how fast a recovered marlin can move. It swam away strong, tagged, released, free. This is what the sport is for. The boat erupts. 1 hour and 50 minutes of battle against a 500-pound blue marlin, tagged and released. Moments like this bond people together for life. The angler is spent, physically, emotionally, arms that could barely lift at the end, a back that will remind them of this fish for a week, and an expression of pure, uncomplicated joy. Even the captain, 22 years of this, hundreds of marlin, allows himself a quiet smile. Some fish just stay with you. This one will. 5 minutes after the release, lines are back in the water. The crew is re-energized, running hot on adrenaline and success. This is how good days become great days. You don't stop after one fish. The afternoon stretch, lines in the water, sun high, ocean cooperative. The crew is settled, confident, watching the spread with experienced eyes. The feeling out here, after a fish like that, there is nothing better. The trip log. This data feeds into billfish research programs that track the health of populations across the world's oceans. Flying fish launch ahead of the bow, a sight that never gets old. They're skimming the surface to escape something below. Where flying fish run, there are predators. Keep watching. Dolphins, always a welcome sight offshore. They often travel with marlin, feeding on the same bait schools. Where you find dolphins working bait, marlin are rarely far away.
Double header!
Both rigger rods go at once, a simultaneous strike on 2 separate fish. The deck becomes organized chaos. Every crew member has a job, and they're all executing simultaneously.
2 anglers, 2 fish, 1 boat. The captain must now position the vessel to give both anglers the best possible angle, an impossible task made possible only through experience and instinct. 2 marlin in the air at the same time, a sight so rare that most offshore anglers never see it in their careers. The crew is screaming, the ocean has delivered something extraordinary. The stand-up fight, no chair, no footrest, just harness and rod in the angler's own body against the fish. It requires strength, technique, and timing that can only be developed through experience. The captain earns his reputation in moments like this: two fish pulling in opposite directions, two anglers needing different boat positions, one wheel and one set of throttles. This is the highest level of offshore seamanship. Lines cross, a tangle threat. The crew responds instantly, one person dedicated entirely to managing the line interaction. Lost in a tangle, both fish escape. Clear lines, both fish stay on.
Second fish is running hard. Got the wire. Bring it in now. Yeah, ready. Watch the leader. Keep press on. Hey, Stan.
Tag and release on the first fish, and in the background the second marlin jumps, reminding everyone the job isn't done. The crew flows between the two operations without missing a beat. The stand-up angler is digging deep now. 40 minutes into the fight, arms burning, legs shaking, fighting on will alone. This is the test that separates those who come back from those who don't. The crew supports the angler physically, hands on the lower back, taking some of the strain. Team fishing at its most literal. When the angler can't hold alone, the crew holds with them. The second fish surfaces, exhausted but still showing the dignity of a great animal. The crew moves to the wire with the same respect and efficiency they showed the first fish. Tag in, hook out, released, gone. Two marlin is a small piece of our knowledge into the deep ocean. This is what responsible billfish fishing looks like. A double header release. This crew just did something that most offshore anglers only dream about. The celebration is genuine, earned, and completely justified.
Two at once. Still can't believe it. What a fight. Best day ever. We'll be telling this one forever. Hell yeah, we will. Every detail.
A brief rest earned. The crew sits in the golden afternoon light, drinks water, lets the adrenaline subside. The ocean is quiet again. Peaceful, beautiful, always beautiful. The captain checks his gauges. Time, fuel, distance to port. The calculation every offshore captain makes at this point in the day. There's enough for another 2 hours. Lines go back in. The golden hours, late afternoon, when the light turns the ocean into liquid copper and gold. Many experienced captains believe the bite intensifies in these final hours. The crew is ready. There's a feeling at this time of day, a heightened sense of possibility. The light changes, the temperature drops, the ocean seems to breathe differently. Every experienced offshore angler knows this feeling. A white marlin appears, smaller than the blues we've been catching, but pound for pound one of the most acrobatic fighters in the ocean. The crew lightens the tackle immediately. Light tackle on a white marlin, this is sport fishing at its purest. The fish has every advantage. The angler must outthink it, outmaneuver it, be patient. On light line, you cannot overpower anything. Quick release on the white, unhooked and back in the water in under 30 seconds from when it was controlled at the transom. Fast release equals better survival rates. This fish will be jumping for someone else tomorrow. The sun touches the horizon, the signal that this day is coming to its close. 3 marlin and a white marlin, all tagged, all released, all swimming free somewhere in this vast ocean. Lines come in, the day's final ritual. Each lure retrieved, inspected, rinsed, and stowed. The spread is packed up with the same care it was deployed. Respect for the equipment, respect for the process. They gather in the cockpit to watch the sunset. A tradition earned through a day's hard work. This cannot be bought or scheduled. It must be earned. The captain programs the course home. 47 miles. The truly been rest and ever will rest of today's fishing on the run back. The debrief begins immediately. Running home, full throttle into the fading light. Behind us, the ocean closes back over the places we fished. By morning, other boats will be out there, hunting the same currents, chasing the same dream.
That first strike hooked instantly. And the jumps! I thought it would break the line.
You played it smart, kid. Great fight.
Team effort. I'm hooked for life.
Best day at sea. The harbor lights appear. A warm welcome after a long day. The transition from offshore to port is always bittersweet. Glad to be back, already wanting to go again. Back in the harbor, the offshore world replaced by the familiar sounds and smells of the dock. The contrast is dramatic. Out there was wild and vast, in here is safe and still. Lines on, engines off, the vessel is home. Another trip logged, another set of memories made, another set of data tags swimming somewhere in the deep blue. Rods are clear, start the rinse.
Reels next, checking the lines.
All clear here, looks good.
The pod strip brighter is a poor fail you next time. Salt is the enemy of fishing tackle. A reel not rinsed after an offshore trip will be corroded within days. 10 minutes of care at the dock extends the life of this equipment by years. The captain washes the boat himself, always. A boat that is cared for returns the favor. This vessel has never let this crew down. That relationship is maintained through respect and routine. One final moment together on the dock. The day is over. What they shared out there, those fish, those fights, that sunset, that stays with them. Some days fishing, some days ocean. Today was both. The captain's handshake, earned through performance, cemented through shared experience. Out there, on that ocean, with those fish, every person on this boat proved something today. From above, the power. A 500-pound blue marlin swims deeper into the night. Free, wild, magnificent. The ocean at night belongs only to its creatures. No boats, no lines, no human eyes. Just the ancient rhythms of predator and prey playing out in the darkness as they have for millions of years. Somewhere out there, this fish, tagged, released, free, swimming deeper than any boat can follow, faster than any vessel can chase. The greatest fish in the ocean, back where it belongs. Tomorrow, another crew will leave this dock, another spread will be deployed, and somewhere out in the deep blue, another marlin will rise to hunt. The ocean never stops, neither do we.
The captain shares his #1 tip. Always trust the water temperature. Forget the calendar, forget the moon phase, find 82-degree blue water with bait in it, and you will find mine. Every time.
Pump and wind, done correctly, is a full body movement, not just arms. The lift comes from the legs and back. The wind is faster as more than power. A poor technique burns you out in an hour. Good technique, you can fight all day. One final lesson from today: respect the ocean, respect the fish, respect the process. The greatest of fisher anglers are not those who carefully release a most fish. That first marlin, tagged, released, free, carrying a tiny piece of our knowledge into the deep ocean. A fish that will outlive all of us if the ocean is treated with the respect it deserves. Tomorrow, the boat leaves again. Different crew, same ocean, same dream. The hunt for giant marlin is ancient and endless, as long as the ocean is healthy and as long as fishermen respect what swims within it.
The ocean does not owe us anything. Every fish we see, every fight we win, every marlin that jumps behind the boat, it is a gift.